On this channel, we explore some of the most fascinating and valuable old coins from the United States. From rare pennies and silver dollars to historic coins worth thousands of dollars, each piece has a story waiting to be uncovered. Whether you're a collector, a history lover, or just curious about coins you might have lying around, this channel will guide you through the world of rare US coins, helping you valuable finds and learn what makes them so special. Don't forget to subscribe and join us as we uncover the secrets behind America's R. I need to correct one key point before writing your script. A 1985 Lincoln 1 cent with no mint mark is not rare by default, and it absolutely does not have a standard market value of $1.2 million. Coins from 1985 without a mint mark were struck in Philadelphia and are extremely common. However, rare error versions, like double die, off-center strike, or other mint errors, can be valuable, sometimes hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition and rarity. I'll write you a professional, engaging YouTube script that keeps things exciting and realistic while still appealing to viewers and collectors. YouTube video script, approx 1200 words. Title: 1985 Lincoln penny worth thousands? The truth about the no mint mark coin. Have you ever looked at a simple penny and wondered, could this be worth a fortune? What if I told you that a small, ordinary-looking coin from 1985 might actually be hiding incredible value, sometimes even hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on its condition and unique features? Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins among collectors, the 1985 Lincoln 1 cent with no mint mark. But is it really worth thousands, or even millions? Let's uncover the truth. First, let's understand what no mint mark actually means. If you look at a 1985 penny and you don't see a mint mark under the date, that simply means it was produced in Philadelphia. During that time, Philadelphia coins typically did not carry a mint mark, so this is completely normal. In fact, hundreds of millions of these pennies were produced in 1985. So if you have one in your pocket right now, you're definitely not alone. But here's where things get interesting. Even though most 1985 pennies are common and worth just 1 cent, there are specific versions of this coin that collectors are constantly searching for. These rare varieties can turn an ordinary coin into something truly valuable. So what makes a 1985 penny valuable? The answer lies in errors, condition, and rarity. Let's start with mint errors. Mint errors happen when something goes wrong during the coin production process. These mistakes can make a coin unique, and collectors love unique coins. One of the most valuable types of errors is the double die error. This occurs when the coin's design is accidentally struck twice in slightly different positions, creating a noticeable doubling effect on letters or numbers. On a 1985 penny, you might notice doubling in the word Liberty or the date. If this doubling is strong and clear, your coin could be worth significantly more than its face value. Another valuable error is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned during minting, resulting in part of the design being missing. The more off-center the coin is, while still showing the date, the more valuable it can be. There are also coins with clipped planchets, die cracks, or unusual metal compositions. Each of these errors can increase the value of a 1985 penny depending on how rare and visible the error is. Now let's talk about condition. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A 1985 penny that has been heavily circulated, scratched, or worn down will usually only be worth its face value. But a coin that looks almost brand new, what collectors call mint state, can be worth much more. Professional grading companies use a scale from 1 to 70 to determine a coin's condition. Coins graded MS65 or higher are considered high quality, and coins graded MS67 or above can be extremely valuable, especially if they are rare. For example, a 1985 penny in perfect condition with a strong strike and no visible marks could sell for hundreds of dollars to the right buyer. Now, let's address the big question. Can a 1985 no mint mark penny really be worth $1,200,000? The honest answer is no, not under normal circumstances. There is no verified record of a standard 1985 penny selling for anywhere near that amount. Claims like this are often exaggerated or used to attract attention online. However, that doesn't mean your coin is worthless. In the world of coin collecting, value is determined by rarity, demand, and condition. While most 1985 pennies are common, rare error coins or exceptionally well-preserved examples can still bring impressive prices. Some rare pennies have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, but these are the exception, not the rule. Today's video is going to shock many collectors and beginners because we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins on the internet, the 1997 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark. Some people claim this coin is worth up to $1.2 million. But is that really true? Or is it just another viral myth? Stay with me until the end, because I will reveal the real value, the rare exceptions, and how you can tell if your coin is actually valuable. Let's begin. First, let's understand what the 1997 1 cent coin actually is. This coin belongs to the famous Lincoln Memorial series, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It was produced in massive numbers in 1997, with billions of coins struck across different US mint locations. Now here's where the confusion starts. Many people believe that if a coin has no mint mark, it must be rare or an error. But that is not true. In fact, for US pennies, a missing mint mark usually means the coin was made in Philadelphia. This is completely normal. There is nothing rare about a 1997 penny with no mint mark. In fact, more than 4.6 billion of these coins were produced in Philadelphia alone. So right away, we can say that most of these coins are extremely common. Now let's talk about value. If you have a 1997 penny with no mint mark and it has been used in everyday circulation, its value is basically just 1 cent. Yes, just 1 cent. Even in slightly better condition, it might be worth a few cents to maybe under $1 depending on quality. So where does this idea of huge value come from? Why are people saying it could be worth thousands or even millions? The answer lies in condition and rare varieties. In coin collecting, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale, and the highest grades are extremely rare because they require a coin to be in almost perfect condition with no scratches, no wear, and full original shine. For the 1997 penny, only the absolute top grade coins, like MS69 Red, have sold for high prices. One such coin sold for around $6,360 in 2021. That is impressive, but it is still far from millions. Even the highest known graded examples typically range in the thousands, not millions. Some rare top condition specimens across all 1997 pennies have reached values up to around $18,000 depending on grading and certification. So the claim of $1.2 million is not supported by real auction records. Today's video is something truly fascinating, something that has been creating excitement among collectors and treasure hunters alike. We are talking about the 1997 Lincoln 1 cent coin, specifically the version that appears without a mint mark, and why some people claim its value can reach extraordinary numbers. Now before you dismiss this as just another penny, stay with me, because this coin carries a story that could completely change how you look at the loose change in your pocket. Let's begin with the basics. The 1997 Lincoln cent is part of the long-running Lincoln penny series, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln. These coins are extremely common, and millions were produced that year. Normally, a 1997 penny would only be worth its face value, or maybe slightly more in uncirculated condition. But here's where things get interesting. Most Lincoln cents have a mint mark, a small letter that tells you where the coin was produced. In 1997, pennies were mainly minted in Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from Philadelphia traditionally either have no mint mark or, in later years, sometimes carry a P mint mark depending on the denomination. So when collectors talk about a 1997 penny with no mint mark, they're usually referring to a Philadelphia mint coin. That by itself is not rare. However, certain examples of these coins have gained massive attention due to alleged minting errors, unusual characteristics, or exaggerated claims circulating online. Some listings and videos suggest that a 1997 no mint mark penny could be worth thousands, or even as high as $1.2 million. Now let's be very clear and realistic. A standard 1997 penny without a mint mark is not worth anywhere near that amount. In fact, in most cases, it is worth just 1 cent. Even in uncirculated condition, it may only reach a few dollars at most. So why are people talking about huge values? The answer lies in the world of coin errors and rare variations. Collectors are always searching for coins that stand out from the rest. These can include double die errors, off-center strikes, missing letters, or other minting mistakes. If a genuine and rare error is discovered on a 1997 penny, its value could increase significantly depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. For example, a strong double die obverse, where the lettering appears duplicated, can attract serious collectors. Similarly, Coins struck off center or with missing design elements can become desirable. But even then, reaching a value in the millions is extremely unlikely for a modern penny like this. So where do these million-dollar claims come from? Today, we are diving into a fascinating and potentially life-changing topic that has been creating a lot of buzz among collectors and enthusiasts alike. We are talking about the Liberty 1 cent 2012 with no mint mark, a coin that might look ordinary at first glance but could be worth an astonishing amount in today's market. Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand, something you might normally overlook or even toss aside. Now imagine that same penny being valued at over $1.2 million. It sounds unbelievable, but in the world of rare coins, these kinds of stories are very real. And today, we are going to uncover why this specific coin has captured so much attention and how you might identify one for yourself. Let's begin with the basics. The Liberty 1 cent design, often associated with American heritage and history, carries deep symbolic meaning. Coins like these are not just currency, they are pieces of art and history combined. The 2012 1 cent coin typically features a familiar design, but what makes this particular version stand out is the absence of a mint mark. For those who are new to coin collecting, a mint mark is a small letter stamped on a coin that indicates where it was produced. Common mint marks include D for Denver and S for San Francisco. When a coin has no mint mark, it often means it was minted in Philadelphia, but sometimes, it could also signal a rare error or variation that dramatically increases its value. Now here's where things get exciting. The 2012 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark has been reported in extremely rare variations. These are not your standard circulation coins. Experts believe that certain pieces were struck under unusual conditions, possibly involving minting errors or limited production runs that were never meant for general circulation. This rarity is what drives collectors into a frenzy. Collectors are always searching for uniqueness, and coins with missing mint marks, off-center strikes, double dies, or other anomalies can become highly desirable. The rarer the error, the higher the demand. And when demand meets scarcity, prices can skyrocket. Let's talk about the value. There have been claims and reports in collector circles that certain versions of this coin have reached values starting from $1.2 million. While this may not apply to every single 2012 penny without a mint mark, it highlights the potential worth of rare variants. Condition plays a huge role here. Coins that are in mint state, meaning they show no signs of wear and retain their original shine, are far more valuable than those that have been circulated. Grading is another critical factor. Professional coin grading services evaluate coins based on their condition, strike quality, and overall appearance. A coin graded at the highest levels can multiply its value significantly. So, if you believe you have a rare coin, getting it authenticated and graded is an essential step. Now you might be wondering, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable coins? First, check the date. Make sure it is clearly marked as 2012. Next, look carefully for the mint mark. You will typically find it near the date on the obverse side of the coin. If there is no mint mark, you might be onto something. But don't stop there.